Just waiting to see if anyone comes on. I know I'm silly, but that was a picture for Instagram. Hey, if you're watching, come over and say something in the chat so I know you're here. Who was all watching? I'm so curious. I've never done this, so I don't think I can like click up here to see who's watching. So come let me know in the comments. It's such a beautiful day here today. I think the high is going to be 72, and it's like so pretty outside. It's not going to be too hot, and it wasn't even that cold this morning. And it's like clear skies. I mean, if there's a cloud in the sky, it's not that much. It's really nice today. I'm going to give everyone just a few more minutes before I start going over the 1992 pop culture. I already looked some stuff up and just to see what was going on in 92. And it's just funny to me to think back on like how things were when I was born and how things were when I was a baby. It's just kind of crazy. Hey, Jennifer. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Mom's Madness. I don't know your name, but thank you for being here. Thank you. Thanks, Jennifer. You guys are so sweet. How's the weather where you guys are? I was just talking about how it's really pretty here today. Oh, you're a 90s baby too. What year were you born? I'm curious. 90, you're like right there. Almost 89. Ooh, I bet it's really nice. 82 degrees, that's a little too hot for me. I mean, of course I deal with it, but I like it cold. I honestly prefer it to be like 62 degrees. I'm going to wait till we get to the 5-minute mark before I start going over some of the 92 pop culture. So do you guys have any questions for me? I mean, let me know. Oh, let's see. Thank you. Oh, that's so cool. How old is your sister? Jennifer, you're funny. I just saw your comment. 62 degrees, I break out winter jackets and boots. I probably will get my boots out, but not a winter jacket at 62 degrees. 39 today. That's awesome. Okay, so we're at the 5-minute mark. So I just pulled up some random stuff for 1992, and it's kind of funny. So the song I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston was the top song in 1992. Hey, Anna. Oh, you were born in 91, Jennifer. I remember talking about that. I think you and my husband actually share the same, like the exact same birthday because he was born in 91 as well. But yeah, back over to August 19th. Back over to the pop culture. I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston was the number one song in 92. And I'm pretty sure that's because The Bodyguard was out then. And that movie made that song so popular. But I honestly love that song. I low-key kind of like the Dolly Parton version better. But that's probably just because I'm a Southern girl. Can you guys remember like any songs that were popular when you were little? I think me and Justin were talking about this last night. Let's see, what were some other songs? Some song by Michelle Branch. And I was like, oh my gosh, what happened to Michelle Branch? Like, you don't hear about her anymore. Celine Dion. Oh, yes, she was very popular. I remember my parents having one of her CDs, and every time we would go on vacation, we would just listen to that CD over and over. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, I remember Celine Dion being very popular when I was little. Okay, let's see. The big movies included Aladdin, Home Alone 2, and Batman Returns. So, I mean, I grew up watching Aladdin. I didn't know that it released in 92, though. That is kind of funny. But the Home Alone movies, I honestly don't think I've seen a single one of those all the way through. And then Batman Returns, I haven't seen that either. Sorry, I just keep going back and forth between the other page and then your comments. Oh, hey, I was wondering. I was like, I've never seen this Anna before, but that's okay. That's cool. Now I know who it is. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. I think I have seen the like original Home Alone all the way through, but I don't know. I just never really got into it that much. I know it's like a lot of other people's, like it's one of their classic movies to watch every Christmas, but I don't know. It's just not one of mine. Let's see. In 1992, sales of CDs exceeded the total sales of cassette tapes. So we just cleaned out our attic. And when my parents passed away, I put a lot of their stuff in our attic because I just couldn't handle going through it. So I actually got where I could go through it. And they had so many cassette tapes. And we tried to take them to Goodwill, and they don't even take them anymore. I couldn't believe it. Because I kind of thought that they'd be like vinyls and be like worth some money or something, but they're not. But that's funny that CDs exceeded the sales of cassette tapes because now no one buys CDs and everyone does everything like streams it. Can you guys remember like a CD that you always listened to when you were growing up? Like mine would probably be like Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears. That is so funny. And those Now CDs, oh my goodness. And they still make those. I can't believe it. Oh, wow. You still have cassette tapes and use them. That's cool. I don't know. I just don't have a cassette player. And I'm really weird about cluttering up space in my home. So I was like, let's just go ahead and get rid of them. Let's see. The price of orange juice, a 64 ounce in 92 was $1.99, and Band-Aids were $1.24. Wow. The world population was 5.3 billion. I think now it's like 7 or 8. Yeah, the sound quality is a lot different. That's funny. I seriously remember having like a y'all are gonna make fun of me. I remember having like a Barbie cassette tape, and I would listen to that thing on repeat when I was like really little, and I thought it was so cool that I had my own cassette player. That is so funny. And the cassette tape was like hot pink. I still remember. Yep, I was born in 92. What about you, Anna? And I hope I'm saying your name right because I know some people say Anna. So please correct me if I'm not. Barbie was life back then. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I don't think it's like in the top of Aria's toy box, but I found a Barbie that I used to play with when I was little. And they look so different now. Oh, you were born in 92 as well? That's awesome. Do y'all remember the Barbie workout videos? Oh, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is bigger now than it was when I was growing up. Like, I guess I kind of remember the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, or not Clubhouse, something where like Britney Spears and all them were in it. I kind of remember that, but I didn't really like it. But Aria is obsessed with Mickey Mouse, like the old cartoon and the new Clubhouse. She's obsessed with both of them. Oh, yep. You sure are. But yeah, I remember working out to those little Barbie workout videos. I honestly am so tired of hearing hot dog, hot diggity dog, to be honest. It kind of drives me crazy, but she likes it and it keeps her entertained. So that's all that matters. Jennifer, do you do the dance though? That's the real question. Me and Justin, it's like a joke to us because every time it comes on, we try to dance like Goofy. Jennifer, you're going to have to do like a video on Instagram. I have to see this. I'm sure your little one just loves that because he loves music. Okay, let me see what else is on this pop culture. 92 was the last year that both the Winter and Summer Olympic Games shared the same year. And I didn't even know that. Like, as long as I can remember, it's always been like 2 years apart, but like every 4 years is like the Summer Olympics, and then every 4 years is the Winter. Yeah, we try to dance, but it's not great. But Aria doesn't know the difference. Come on, Jennifer, don't be a Scrooge. You can do it. Do you guys like the Winter or Summer Olympics better? I think I like summer better because I really like gymnastics, and I actually did gymnastics when I was younger. But I like winter for ice skating. Yeah, I'm a terrible dancer too. Like, I did gymnastics and cheerleading, but those are just very robotic moves to me, and dancing is totally different. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the spinner hubcap was invented in 92. That is funny. Do you guys remember the spinner hubcaps, like on cars that would spin on the wheels? You did ballet? That's awesome. I never did ballet. Oh my gosh, the spinner hubcaps. I feel like those things were still popular when I was like in high school because I remember driving around and being like, so is this car moving or not? Oh my gosh, Pimp My Ride. That is too funny. Yeah, I'm really awkward. I don't have the flow either, Anna. Let's see, what other MTV shows? Oh, Cribs. I remember growing up and watching that. Like, that was big on MTV when I was like in middle school, I think. Oh, my super sweet 16. I remember watching that being like, oh my gosh, when I turn 16, I'm going to be so grown and have this big party. Oh my gosh. That's kind of embarrassing, but let's see. I'm trying to think of other shows. Weren't there like weird dating shows or something where like two or three people were like in a truck and then the other one like went in their room? I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. Like Room Raiders or something? Oh my gosh, Room Raiders. Okay, I was right. I knew I wasn't losing my mind. That's funny. Oh, gosh, the world was so different back then. Like, could you imagine that now? Oh, and what, True Life or something like that? Oh my gosh, yes, the black light on the sheets and around the room. That's, ugh, I'm gonna throw up. So I actually am the same size that I was when I was 16. I don't know how, but I am. I gained some weight between then, but yeah, Anna, you're still really little. I don't know. I feel like I just kind of filled out when I was like 15 and then I just stayed the same size. Okay, let's see what else. A shipping container filled with 28,000 rubber ducks was lost in the Pacific Ocean, and to this day, they're still being found around the world. That's insane. I've never found one. What about y'all are from Florida? Have y'all ever seen some random rubber ducks in the ocean? I don't even remember like that story whatsoever. It kind of makes me like think about the story I read when I was like in elementary school or something. And it was explaining how it's like, it's a kid's story because obviously it's not true, but it was talking about how the ocean is salty because this ship sank that was full of like salt bags that because they were like transporting them. And that's why the ocean was salty. And for some reason, that duck story made me think of that. If you guys ever find a duck in the ocean in Florida, send me a picture because that's insane. Let's see. What else happened in 92? Oh, the NCAA football champions was Alabama. Shocker. I'm not an Alabama fan. Let's see. Time Magazine's Man of the Year was Bill Clinton, but that doesn't surprise me because he became president that year. Miss USA was Carolyn Sapp from Honolulu, Hawaii. Let's look at fashion icons and movie stars. Christina Applegate, Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford. Some of these names I don't even know. Kate Moss. Princess Diana. Oh my gosh, y'all. I still remember when she died. Like it was such a big deal. I saw this thing on TikTok the other day and it was saying like how 90s kids have seriously lived through so many like historical events. And that is so true. I mean, like when Princess Diana died, that was such a big deal. Of course, 9/11. I feel like every election has been like such a huge deal. But then again, I mean, maybe that's just how it's going to be the rest of our lives because every election is, they make it seem like it's a big deal. I'm trying to think of other things that happened that were big historical events. I'm sure there are others, but I just can't think of them right now. Didn't one of the like space shuttles, like something happened with one of those? I think I remember seeing that on the news. I mean, there's no wonder why we all have anxiety. Yeah, and now a global pandemic. Goodness. You know, it's weird because I was seriously watching this documentary. Like, I think I watched it in January about how we would probably see the next global pandemic within like my generation's lifetime. And then like coronavirus came about. It's just crazy. Let's see. I'm trying to read some other stuff about 92 pop culture. The first text message ever was sent and it said Merry Christmas. Oh my gosh, I feel so old. Like, do y'all remember T9? Hey, Jennifer. Do y'all remember texting in T9 though? Like, we had like a flip phone with no camera. That stuff is so funny. And now we seriously have a computer right here all the time with a camera and everything. It's crazy. And like, do you guys remember having a computer room? Like, we didn't call them offices back then. We called them the computer room. Like, when did we switch from calling it a computer room to an office again? Because it makes more sense to call it an office. Nirvana was adamantly told not to play the song Rate Me at the 92 MTV Music Awards. Nevertheless, at the start of the performance, they started playing the chords. And the MTV producers watched in horror. And then they switched back to Lithium as scheduled. Man, I wish I would have been like a teenager when Nirvana was around. Oh my God, the brick cell phones. Yup. Oh my gosh, dial up internet. That brings back some memories. Just that sound alone. And do you guys remember using AIM or something? I think it was like AOL Instant Messenger. It's like we would get home from school, like we hadn't seen our friends all day, and then just start chatting on AOL Instant Messenger. Yeah, my first cell phone was like a little small basic flip phone, and it was like a blurry screen. I wish I still had it so I could show it to you guys. I'm trying to think of what my AIM username was, but I can't remember it. But do you guys remember when you would like send messages, like it would, like you could pick your own sound instead of just like a ding? I'm pretty sure mine was like Higher by Creed. Oh my gosh. Roxy Beach Girl 123. I love it. Wasn't Roxy like swimsuits at PacSun or something like that? Oh my gosh, I know Kia. Those things are old. We actually found one of those when we were going through my parents' stuff in the attic. Oh my gosh. He didn't know about dial-up internet. Yeah, I thought Roxy was a clothing brand. Now, like, once I started thinking about it, I think I remember those like swimsuits being really popular in like 17 magazine. Right? It makes me feel so old too. I'm really enjoying hanging out with you guys. Oh my gosh. I remember when people used to do like the big letters and little letters like that. Yes. That's so funny. Let's see if I can find anything else. In 92, McDonald's sold a burger called the McJordan that included all of Michael Jordan's favorite toppings, one of which was barbecue sauce. In 2012, an unopened gallon of 20-year-old McJordan barbecue sauce sold on eBay for $10,000. That's insane. I mean, I guess I need to start keeping my Chick-fil-A sauces now. Dang. Yes, and you got to customize your away message. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. I mean, I remember when when I first got a Facebook, people wouldn't like post like they do now. Like it would be like your name and it'd say like is. And then you'd put like what you were doing. It was like a lot different when it first came out. But did you guys have a MySpace? I did not have a home phone in my room. My parents would not let me do all that. But oh my gosh, home phones. Oh my goodness. Like we don't have those anymore. MySpace had the best like music. And it was so easy to find like new music. And like what were we doing taking pictures of ourselves like like what? Oh, and your top 8. Oh my gosh. I mean, could you imagine if we had that now? I wonder what some famous people's top 8 would be. That would just make room for more arguments. MySpace was so fun how you could customize your page background and have music playing when you went on your page. Yeah, and we pretty much were like coders and didn't even know it. Sorry, I'm texting people while I'm on my computer too. Do you guys remember playing MASH? Like in elementary school? Y'all, I'm so embarrassed. Let's see. Oh, MTV introduced The Real World. Oh my gosh, that is insane. That's in 92. I mean, that show pretty much went strong until Jersey Shore came out, and it pretty much took it away. I can't even remember. I remember watching The Real World and thinking, if my parents only knew that I was watching this, I don't think they'd like it. That show was kind of wild. I just randomly thought of something else from like the 90s. Did like your moms dress you up in like frilly dresses and then crew socks and then like those black shiny Mary Janes? Oh my gosh. I would never do that to Aria now, but I'm sure I dress her in things that when she gets older, she's going to be like, Mom, why'd you dress me in that? Oh, yes, the ruffle socks. I mean, yeah, the crew socks with the little ruffles. Oh my gosh. Oh, you were homeschooled? I didn't know that, Anna. I wasn't homeschooled, but I went to like a private Christian school and it's pretty much the same thing. Oh my gosh, speaking of embarrassing 90s outfits, do you guys remember wearing windbreaker suits, like the pants with the jacket? Did you guys like being homeschooled? I'm just curious. Yes, those windbreaker suits were like, I think the one I had was like purple and like that green color that was really popular. Hey, Rebecca, thank you. I think about that too, about what fashion choices we will look back on. I mean, I can't really think of anything that like the kids are doing now, like for Aria's age, like a toddler that might be embarrassing, but we never know. The cost of a Super Bowl ad in 92 was $850,000. I wonder how much they are now. I'm sure it's in the millions. Hmm. Oh my gosh, y'all are going to laugh. Booty shaking dancing entered the mainstream with Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back. That is so funny. I'm going to die. Yes, that neon purple and blue. Oh my gosh. I love how they say like booty shaking when we call it twerking these days. Oh my gosh. And Elvis got heat for moving his legs around. The biggest television shows. Ooh, Roseanne. I still watch that. I think it's the Connors now. We still watch that. Oh my gosh, Teletubbies. I'm pretty sure I saw this thing where like the girl who played the sun is seriously like she looks like us now, and it's just crazy. Yeah. Full House, classic. Still watch that. Fuller House, Boy Meets World. Yep. Do y'all remember Home Improvement? My parents watched that all the time. Like, I seriously remember watching it every time it came on. I mean, I watched Teletubbies, but it wasn't my favorite. I don't know. I always thought it was kind of weird. Yeah, we had like really good sitcom TV growing up. I don't feel like they have that these days. The Wild Thornberries. Oh my gosh. What is, am I crazy? What is JTT? Oh, I remember Family Matters. Hey Arnold. Yep. Now we're talking about Nickelodeon. Do you guys remember like As Told by Ginger? I think that was the show. I really liked that one a lot. Oh, and of course Lizzie McGuire. Barney. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started. Me and Justin both grew up on Barney. You probably hear my dog whining in the background, but we both grew up on Barney, and we kind of tried to get Aria into Barney. She doesn't like the show, but she has like two Barney stuffed animals that she really likes. Cheers. Oh my gosh. I never watched that, but I remember it coming on Nick at Night every now and then, like growing up. 60 Minutes. Doesn't that still come on? I didn't really like Cheers. I guess it was just, I mean, if I watched it now, I'd probably like it a lot more than, growing up. Oh my gosh, the Olsen twin movies. Those are on Hulu right now. I just noticed it last night. I really want to watch them with Ari. I think she'd really like them. Oh, Blue's Clues is a staple in our house to this day. I didn't really like it growing up, but Aria loves it, and it doesn't get on my nerves as bad as Mickey Mouse. Yes, Jennifer, they're on Hulu. You need to watch them. I was trying to find a movie to watch last night, and they were on there. I know, Tyson. Which one was y'all's favorite of the Olsen twin movies? I can't even remember them, to be honest. I remember one being like, sorry, I'm petting the dog so he doesn't whine. Thank you for saying happy birthday. Something about being in London and like some kind of debate or something like that. I remember that one. And like Billboard Dad or something. I don't know. Come on, Tyson. Let's see. Oh, here's Tyson. He wants to go outside so bad. You want to go outside? Oh, yes, Money in London. He's really not that good. He's actually a pretty bad dog. I'm going to have to open the door for him. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Shoot, I can look up the names of them too. Let's see. Oh, A New York Minute. That one was close, like one of their, like they look kind of grown in that one. Holiday in the Sun. I do remember that one. Our Lips Are Sealed. Passport to Paris. I think that one was probably my favorite, like growing up. I mean, When in Rome, Getting There. I remember watching all of them. I didn't even know they came out with a clothing line, to be honest. But I remember they were trying to get them in Fuller House, and that's the reason why they didn't want to do it. At least that's what they said, was because they wanted to focus on their clothing line. The biggest pop artists in 92, one of them was Boys to Men. I've actually seen them live. We went to a Braves game, and they played after the Braves game. I think Justin's parents were more excited about that than I was, though. Oh my gosh, you could go to the library and rent the VHS. We have like an old Blockbuster building in my town where I live, and I mean, nothing has gone there since. Oh, I need to get my dog in here. But nothing has been in that building since Blockbuster closed. Let's see. I'm just looking at him through the back door. But I remember going to Blockbuster like every Friday and getting movies for the weekend. Like, and I would always get hot tamales, like the cinnamon candy. I don't know why. I loved that growing up. I miss just going to the movies, period, at this point. I didn't even know you could borrow American Girl dolls at the library. Yes, we would always get candy and popcorn and movies for the weekend. Here, I need to let the dog back in. Hold on. Oh. Let's see. Oh, Celine Dion is on here for the biggest artists. Elton John. I remember that being on the radio. Guns N' Roses. Madonna, Mariah Carey. I thought Mariah Carey was more popular like when I was like 10, but I guess not. Mary J. Blige, Michael Jackson, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They've been around for a while, like longer than I like recalled. TLC, Vanessa Williams, Whitney Houston. Oh, the American Girl books. I'm crazy. I'm sorry. Thank you, Crystal. I miss you guys. Maybe we can get together soon. I feel like I'm just hunched over in front of this computer. Yeah, all this music really brings back some memories. I'm trying to think. Oh, George Strait. I grew up listening to country music. George Strait was big growing up. Garth Brooks. I'm glad that Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood have made a comeback because I love them. I could watch Trisha's little cooking show like on repeat. She's just like, I don't know, she just seems like a genuinely sweet person. Let's see, number one hits of 92. Some of these I don't even know. I mean, Baby Got Back. I know that one. Boys to Men, End of the Road. Some other popular movies were Lethal Weapon, A Few Good Men, Sister Act, The Bodyguard. See, I told you The Bodyguard was probably popular, and that's why I Will Always Love You was so popular. I like Sister Act too. I really like Whoopi Goldberg. Some of these movies I've never seen. Garth Brooks is still my crush. What you talking about? My first concert was Blake Shelton. We went to it like a couple of years ago. It was Blake Shelton, Carly Pierce, Trace Adkins, and Brett Eldridge. I've seen Brett Eldridge twice. I went to a Christmas concert last year for Brett Eldridge. I'm obsessed with him. I've seen Trace Adkins twice. I'm obsessed with him too. I saw him at that concert with Blake Shelton, and then he did another like local-ish concert that I went to. He actually headlined that one. I mean, I wouldn't listen to Garth Brooks to fall asleep, but I can totally like the Thunder Rolls. That could probably put me to sleep. Oh, they were really fun concerts. I really love Blake Shelton too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just going to be honest though. I really don't like him with Gwen Stefani. I liked him better with Miranda Lambert. But Carly Pierce was actually really good live, by the way. Like, you know how some artists like sound a lot different live? Carly Pierce sounded the same, like the exact same as like on the radio. It was kind of crazy. I'm gonna look up some more stuff about 1992. Barney and Friends actually premiered on television in 92. That's crazy. Like, that makes me feel so old. Like, I'm as old as Barney. What on earth? You sing Zac Brown Band, Kenny Chesney, Luke Bryan. Ooh, those sound fun. I love the Zac Brown Band. I like Kenny Chesney a lot too. Luke Bryan, he's got some pretty teeth. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I'm a teeth person, and he's got some nice teeth. Let's see. What other concerts have you guys been to? I'm curious now. The price of a CD in 92 was $11.98. And a daily newspaper was 25 cents. And a 64-ounce jar of peanut butter was $5.99. And the funny late night host was Johnny Carson. Gosh, I feel so old. Like I remember like seeing all of this, but it's like distant. The top 10 baby names of 92. Ashley, Jessica, Amanda, Brittany, Sarah, Michael, Chris, Topher. Like, what? Like, it's not Christopher. It's like, okay. Matthew, Joshua, and Andrew. That's funny. I'm surprised Jennifer isn't on here, to be honest. My husband's cousin is talking about a show. I think it's a show or something called Hot or Not. I think I kind of remember this. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Ozzy Osbourne. That's cool. I would love to see Ozzy. I bet that was an experience. I've been to like a smaller Christian like concert, but I can't even remember who it was, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh my goodness. But I remember going to one with like a youth group one time. Let's see. Taco Bell first tried to enter the Mexican market in 92, but the restaurants all closed within 2 years. That's wild. Probably because it's fake Mexican food. Some guy named Paul Lynch in Great Britain did 124 push-ups with one finger. I can barely do one push-up without shaking. That's crazy. Hot or Not was a website? Billy Graham Crusades. Oh my gosh. I remember my parents talking about him, but I don't really know much. Oh, you would rate a person by their photo. That makes me think of that movie with Amanda Bynes in it. Is that like the same concept? Let's see what else was going on. Goodness. Disney's Aladdin was originally to be set in Baghdad, but the studio was forced to change it due to the outbreak of the Gulf War. So they made the fictional city that they used for the movie. That's cool. Didn't know that. I wonder what like the most driven car in 92 was. I bet it's going to be like a Toyota Camry. Let's look up the most bought car in 1992. Oh, it's actually a Ford Taurus. But the one right behind it was the Honda Accord. I'm really surprised it wasn't like a Toyota Camry. Life was so different back then, y'all. My first car was a Hyundai Sonata. And I feel like I was such a brat because I didn't even want it. But looking back, I was thankful to have anything to drive, to be honest. I can't remember what kind of car I wanted, though. I think I wanted like a Mitsubishi Eclipse, which I'm really glad that my dad didn't get me that now because Mitsubishi is not that great of a brand. What was y'all's first car? I'm kind of that was a really good question. A Jeep Liberty. I like those. I was actually looking at those when I needed an SUV. I hope you're having a great day. I have to leave and head back to the kids. Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot to me. I completely understand. Mine's asleep right now. That's the only reason I'm able to do this. I was really nervous about going live, but I'm really glad that I did it. I've been thinking about going live for a really long time. Thank you. I'll see you soon too. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. You're so sweet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where are you going for dinner tonight? I have been wanting sushi for like a week and a half, and we were going to get some last weekend, but we just got so busy that we didn't. So I think that's where I want to go tonight. And Justin actually got a babysitter, so I'm really excited to go somewhere just me and him. I mean, I don't mind taking Aria where we go, but it's nice to just get some alone time. I love sushi too. Like right now, I'm thinking about 3 rolls that I want, but I know I can't eat that much sushi. Oh, California rolls are so good. I add cream cheese to mine, though. Is that weird? Yeah, I hope it helps my watch time too, because my watch time honestly isn't that great. But see, if this actually really helps, I might do these more often. I was just really scared that like no one was going to show up and it was going to be super awkward, but it hasn't been that bad. I might try to start doing one at least like once a month. I wish I could do one like once a week, but yes, I love avocado and cream cheese in my sushi too. I am almost to 500 subscribers. I've been sitting at like 480 something for like weeks. And it's really hard not to like get discouraged. Especially like when you're putting so much time into making content and editing. Like doing YouTube is definitely not like a quick process. But I mean, it's something I've seriously wanted to do for a very long time. I just didn't know like what kind of channel I wanted to do. I honestly thought about doing an ASMR channel, but I decided to do cleaning and like motherhood because I just thought it would be more relevant to my life. But I do watch ASMR videos like every night to go to sleep. They really help me. Thank you, Jennifer. That really means so much to me. I was really scared to try at first, but I said, you know what? I'm never going to know if I'm going to do good or not unless I try. So that's what I did. I'm trying to think of other things. Let's see. It's scary stepping outside your comfort zone, and the biggest thing you can do is show up. That is 100% true. And you guys know that my biggest thing is just showing up. Like, that's the hardest part of anything is just showing up. Because, like, even when I don't feel like filming or working, the hardest part is just getting myself together to do it. Yeah, I pretty much do it as a hobby too, but I would love it if I could turn this into a career. I really would. I don't know. I just feel like it suits me. I don't know if you guys know who Love Meg is, but we are actually the same personality type. We're both an INFJ. And she has talked about how like YouTube is really good for like her personality type. And I completely agree. I love Meg too. I honestly started watching her like when she still lived in her double wide trailer. So it's been really fun to see her grow into what she is now. I'm so proud. Like, I know there was a lot of hard work behind the scenes for her. And I mean, just thinking about her husband being a firefighter and living off of one income, it's crazy, especially with two babies. I need time to find out what I am. Is there a test or something to find out? Yes, it's the Myers Briggs personality test. And I think the INFJ is actually like the most rare type too. Jennifer, you honestly might be an INFJ. I'm gonna look up just plain 90s pop culture. Oh my gosh, do you guys remember Lisa Frank? Like the little velvet like coloring boards. I need to retake the Myers Briggs test. I have retaken it, but I always get the same INFJ. But when I first took it, I was like in high school, I think, and I got ENFJ because I was more extroverted back then. But I'm definitely an introvert now. Sorry, I have to deal with the kids for a sec, but I'm back. It's totally so much work to do YouTube. I feel like cleaning and motherhood is a perfect fit for you. Thank you. And it really is so much work. Like, I don't think people realize, like, I will work on videos like at midnight because that's the only time I have to myself when it's quiet. And there are plenty of times on the weekends where I just want to spend time with my family, but I can't. I had the coloring boards and the folder. Yep, me too. Yes, I had a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper for, oh my God, Trapper Keepers. I remember that being like on a school, like, what's it called? The list. I'm like losing my mind. Supply list. Trapper Keeper. That makes me laugh. Let's see what else there is. I mean, obviously, Friends. Oh, Clueless. That was big. The Harry Potter books came out. The Y2K bug. I remember hearing about that like on the news. But Tamagotchi. Why do I somehow like kind of remember that, but I don't at the same time? Is it Tamagotchi? Is that how you say it? Oh my gosh, Beanie Babies. I used to collect those. Like, no lie. I had so many of them, and then once I grew out of them, I think I just like gave them away. But I bet those things are worth some money. Like now, I don't even know if they still make them. Girl bands and boy bands. Yep, we know that was a big deal. I feel like those are like kind of making a comeback. Friends began in the 90s. I remember like people having like Friends watch parties. My dad was all paranoid about the Y2K scare. I don't think my parents cared. I don't really remember them talking about it. I still have some Beanie Babies. I don't have any. I think Justin's like grandparents may have given Aria like two, but they're like put up in her closet. What's POGS? Am I losing it? Hi, I'm new here, but happy birthday. Thank you. What are y'all talking about? Am I losing my mind? Did I say something and now I'm just losing it? Oh, is it Pogs? I have no idea what this is. I'm like, I'm looking it up, but I don't remember this at all. Yep, I don't remember that. Yep, I do not remember these whatsoever. Do you guys remember, like, sorry, one of these pictures has, like, the chapstick, the Dr. Pepper chapstick? I'm pretty sure I went through, like, a bunch of tubes of those. I wonder if they still make it. What? Oh, yes, the big comfy couch was big. I remember I used to do the stretches with her, like the clock thing. I never could do it, but I would try. Let's see what else. As If. That is too funny. Clueless. I love that movie. I watched that so much growing up. I probably shouldn't have. And it's kind of like Grease. Like, I watched it all the time growing up, but when I watch it now, I'm like, why did my parents let me watch this? Bratz dolls. Oh my gosh. That's probably why we're so crazy about makeup. I mean, look at the Bratz dolls' eyes and Furbies. I've never seen Space Jam. Justin, like, messes with me all the time because I've never seen it. Titanic. I remember when that movie came out. Like, I remember going to the movies and watching it with my parents. Freebies. Oh my God. Furbies. I was like, what does she mean freebies? I was like losing it for a second. Yeah, they kind of freaked me out a little bit too. Forrest Gump came out. I love that movie too. That's a really good movie. Sex in the City. I mean, obviously I didn't watch that growing up, but I watched it when I got older and I really liked that show. Super Nintendo. I remember playing Nintendo. Furbies are creepy and Forrest Gump is a classic. Classic. Yes, it is a classic. I think it's something about the Furby's eyes. Like, it's just, they just look weird. The O.J. Simpson trial. I remember that being on the news a lot. I've never seen Thelma and Louise. Oh my gosh, The Parent Trap. Y'all, I have something funny about that too. So I used to have like a group of friends when I was little, and we would seriously like reenact the whole movie. Baby is awake from his nap, so I have to go. It was fun. Have a great birthday. Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks so much for being here. My internet connection is cutting out, so I'm going to go ahead and go. This was super fun, though. You should totally do it again sometime. Hope you have an amazing rest of your birthday. Thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm honestly proud. It's been an hour, so I'm probably about to call it a day, too. Let's see what else there is. Now, that's what I call music. I talked about that earlier. I don't even know what number they're up to now, but I remember getting those a lot. Oh, my gosh. Yo-yos. Those were a big thing growing up. The Macarena. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I really appreciate all you guys being here. Like, I honestly had a better turnout than I thought I was going to. I think I've gone through like a few different websites, so I think I'm actually going to call it a day, too. But I really appreciate all of you guys coming and hanging out with me today. It really means a lot. If anyone was new here that hasn't subscribed already, please do that. That really means a lot to me. I'll let you guys know like on my Instagram if I decide to go live again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.